It's 10 o'clock. Now, Fox 35 News at 10.
Only on Fox tonight, deputies say a mom is caught driving drunk with 2 young kids in the car. What is interesting here, though, the Volusia County mom was not stopped by police. She was pulled over by some concerned citizens and held until deputies showed up.
This all happened right in the middle of broad daylight. Fox 35's Kelly Joyce is live from Daytona Beach Shores tonight, where that mom was arrested. So, Kelly, what happened?
Amy, witnesses say the mom was driving northbound on South Atlantic Avenue here with her 2 children in the car with her 2-year-old and her 6-year-old, and witnesses say she started swerving all over the road. Deputies say it was the work of some concerned motorists that helped them with the case of a drunk driving mom. Witnesses say at around 3 o'clock Monday afternoon they saw Annabella Minor's car swerving all over the road, hitting bushes and driving into ditches on the tight 2-lane South Atlantic Avenue. Witnesses say they saw Minor swerve off the road up this dirt embankment. They say they pulled their truck in front of her vehicle to stop her from going anywhere. They called 911 and held her here until deputies showed up. Minor was arrested and charged with driving under the influence and for not having a valid driver's license. Get this, deputies say she had a cup with beer in it in her center console. When they got down to the sheriff's office, they say she blew a .240. That's 3 times the legal limit. After sobering up, Minor bonded out of jail. She wasn't home when we showed up. We've learned her children were handed over to their grandmother for now, and the Department of Children and Families is investigating. Now, Minor has been arrested twice before for DUIs, and we've learned just last year she was arrested while vacationing in Key West for a DUI as well. Amy?
Kelly, at this point, do we know anybody hurt in this accident?
Nobody was hurt, but deputies say they are happy that some citizens had their eyes open and that they were watching what was going on. However, they do not condone cutting someone off and holding them and pulling them over and actually putting other people's lives possibly at risk. And they were in this busy road here doing all of this. They say that's their job, and it's their job to do to keep people safe. Amy?
All right, Cal, thanks. And we wanted to know, what are your rights when making a citizen's arrest like this? I spoke to the cop doc, Dr. Richard Weinblatt, and a local member of the Guardian Angels, Billy Ross, to find out. Dr. Weinblatt, let's go ahead and start with you. Let's talk first about what exactly is a citizen arrest and how is this handled?
Well, actually, in the state of Florida, unlike other states like California, under Florida statute, there is no, repeat, no such thing as a citizen's arrest. Somebody who does this erroneously, they can be charged with false imprisonment, which is a felony. So it's a very slippery slope that they go down when they step in as a private citizen to detain, or as you put it, a citizen's arrest, which, like I said, there's no such thing in Florida. All
right, but we hear all the time about, somebody who witnesses a crime in progress, and they maybe sit on the suspect until the cops get there. They call 911, hey, I'm sitting on this guy, come right away. So you can't do that?
Well, it's one of those things where you're not very well protected legally, because if the state's attorney's office determines that you did not have any good reason to detain this person, that you could be charged with a false imprisonment situation, or it could go to a grand jury and you could be indicted. There's really only 2 people under statute that can do this. That's a merchant, which is retail theft or shoplifting, or a hotel or restaurant owner, which a breach of the peace within their establishment. Those are the only 2.
All right, Billy, you guys do this all the time. This is what you do for a living. Talk to me about the dangers, really, of what the Guardian Angels do.
Well, it is dangerous to actually take upon yourself to do a citizen's arrest. You have to literally go out and observe it, make sure you know what you're getting involved in, and, stand up, to it. I mean, with us, we're trained. We're trained in a lot of different ways. It's a national organization. Of course, every state is different laws, but a lot of them are pretty much the same. We take it upon ourselves. We do what we got to do. We're out there for the citizens. If you're sitting out there and something's happened to your family and no one's doing anything, how would you feel?
And as far as the track record, as far as, any charges ever being filed against Guardian Angels, I mean, is that something you guys take into account?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We take account of that. People have tried that through the years ago. And once you get into court, and I mean, you got to really be a human being to realize that we're out there to help. But citizen arrest and getting involved is not for everyone.
Well, that's a good point, Billy, because I suppose you wouldn't recommend that the average person tries to do something like this.
No. I mean, you got to remember, you got to think of your physical fitness on yourself. You know, you don't want to get into a situation to help and actually end up doing more harm. And you know, it's not for everyone. I mean, we study, we train on this, we constantly train on this, and we try to follow all the legal guidelines as possible.
And I guess the risk is, Dr. Weinblatt, is that sometimes the crook gets away and they get away with it.
Absolutely, and don't get me wrong, I love citizen involvement. When I was a police chief, I pushed all sorts of community programs. I love citizen involvement. But remember, to be a professional crime fighter, we train law enforcement officers. I mean, I've run police academies and taught in them for over 770 hours in Florida. Plus, we put them into an extensive field training officer program. So a badge and a gun does not make a crime fighter. It's professional experience, professional training. And he is right. You do have to take it very, very seriously. And you do have to go through a lot of training, and it is not for everyone.
All right, gentlemen, thank you both so much for coming in. Your insight is very much appreciated. Again, it is illegal in the state of Florida to make a citizen's arrest.